So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They just do get the play off. Now Bridgewater. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
A loss of 3 yards. Another 3 and out.
They're indeed going for it. Bridgewater trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Yeah, we dominate today.
So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Back to it after the pick 6. Bridgewater. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
A loss of a yard.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. Big hold to the 30. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That one good for 33 and a first.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Complete to
Robbie Anderson.
Touchdown.
48 yards. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
So what do you think the mindset was there? You can tie it with a PAT here first half. Why go for the lead right now?
The old school mindset says if you have a better team, you just go ahead and continue to try and dominate. There's also a school of thought, if you don't think you're quite as good, you have to try and take advantage of opportunities. And finally, I just think this is analytics coming into the game. Someone saying the more you go for two, the better your chances are of actually getting them.
At their own 33-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. Flush to his right. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. If you're these receivers, you got to be ready, because when he's going to throw it quick on that RPO, he's going to throw it quick.
And this is why you spend time with your guy either in the offseason, during the week, the whole bundle. Because sometimes just telepathy. You both see the same thing, and he knows get the ball to him right away.
Off the option, that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills will extend their lead. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6.
14. Panthers 6.
Content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers hands team does its job. So they hit the ball before it went 10 yards. I know that's tough, but you got to stay disciplined.
It is difficult because you're so eager to go get the football. It's that type of a play, but you're exactly right. Have to have the discipline to let it go 10 first.
First down, Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Bridgewater. That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers.
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson. with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. From the gun, Bridgewater. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both failed.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 38-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Allen now on first down. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete.
Incomplete on the jump ball. Brings up 3rd down and 1.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
57 the money. 57 the money. Wrap it.
Now Allen again. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Again, they'll throw with Allen. Eluding the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brian Burns. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, it was too far for a field goal try. You don't really gain a whole lot out of a punt, so I don't think you have much of a problem with that, do you?
No, not at all. I think it's the right play, the exact right play, because even if you want to play defense and pin them deep, you know how hard it is for a punter to knock one dead inside the 10-yard line. That's not necessarily easily done. So I think going for it there was the right call.
Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Dancing to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jerry Hughes too strong as he's in for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Bridgewater gets this complete to Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
3rd down.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Oh, and Bridgewater intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. There he goes, right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things, and it won't come back and hurt them later.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
And it's third down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. To throw is Bridgewater. Flushed out right. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
The 12-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Bridgewater. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he is going to be stopped on the return at his own 3-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on 1st down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man. Complete. 30. The 20. 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. John Brown. 95 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
46, boys, 46. 46 to mark.
Bridgewater. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Mike 46. Mike 46. Try to do better. 46.
Bridgewater now. Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Good. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen going deep for Diggs. And he fires one that's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out.
And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Throwing again. Allen. And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Rasul Douglas picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater, escaping the pressure right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Well, switching gears for a second. Look, Charles, we know it's part of the game, but injuries, again, a big story in Week 5. Most notably, of course, Dak Prescott. Pretty severe ankle injury that's going to keep him out the remainder of the season. And that's really just the latest in what has been a tough year already. Gosh, you could probably build an all-pro team, Charles, with some of the guys who have gone down.
Yeah, an all-pro team, and at worst, a Pro Bowl team, because you're talking about names like Saquon Barkley with the New York Giants, Cortland Sutton with Denver, Marlon Mack, Indianapolis, Nick Bosa, San Francisco, all of them injuries that have them lost for the year. Michael Thomas got hurt in the season opener with New Orleans. We haven't seen him since. Nick Chubb with Cleveland on IR. Christian McCaffrey with Carolina. They've all missed significant time, so it's been a tough year for injuries. Some teams are playing around them better than others, and we'll see how it goes the rest of the year, but we wish all these guys who are hurt a speedy recovery.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. They're going to try and throw. Oh, he'll take a shot for McCaffrey downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Allen looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. On the left side, he finds Beasley. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
A gain of 7. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on 4th down. A desperation heave for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down, and the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will it be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Final play of the half, Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. First half in the books. You're watching. watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Sometimes I need a check. Not the sneakers, but the ones that make you watch your step. He changed name, how about your respect? Give them more than what I get expected.
Joey Slye to kick off for Carolina.
Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes Diggs. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
28-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
The ball carrier.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
That's a gain of 6. Makes it third.
They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Room here to run. Past the 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, 50 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The point after is good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half.
They were down at the half.
The one to get in there and bring him down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Being chased out left. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Tre'Davious White, the LSU man, there to knock it away that time.
Incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.